Have you been to a poetry reading event?
Yeah, I have been to one. My high school Chinese teacher actually organized one of the poetry reading event for us, and we brought our own favorite poems, and she brought us out into the field, and it was like very sunny spring day. Flowers were blooming. It was very beautiful, and I feel through that event I got to know my friends better. Like they would talk about their choices of poems and why they love them, and then we talk about their own personal life and some stories behind it, and it kind of showed me some different sides because of my friends, because like it's not something you will really know from your daily life, but like from poems and from literature you know why and the taste and the reason and the stories behind those.
What's your expectation? What did you think it would be like?
My expectation about the poetry attack was actually it was less formal than it was more formal than I was expecting, and I didn't think it would have a whole and people walk onto the stage and talk about it. I was thinking about like everyone sitting in a circle and doing those, and I was also expecting maybe we'll have like a big discussion after the reading, and it also didn't happen. But it's more about the poems, the poet talk about the poems by themselves and all the stories behind it. Yeah,
How was the experience?
I think the experience was very lovely. I like the third one very much, and it was. I think most of the people did based on the atmosphere in the hall, and the I think it was because like she was talking about the stories and behind it, and very interesting stories in fact, and people feel connected to the poems, and uh, also she also talked about her personal struggle to become a poet from like a chemistry major student and everything, and as students we feel connected to those stories, and I think that's why most of us like those. And the first one is about love, death, and life. I i may not have experienced as much as he has experienced, and but I feel I will in the future, so it kind of brought me into a stage of thinking about all those ideas, all those what I will experience and will I think about, what will I think about when why I experience those, and the way he was delivering all those ideas and all the images he showed us in our head through the poems. I feel it was yeah, it was kind of brought me to a stage of thinking. And about the second one, I feel that's why I didn't really feel connected to. It's about militaries and wars and everything. It's I feel it's something I'm kind of far away from. So I kind of fall asleep for the second one, to be honest. But I think that was the reason that I didn't really feel connected to that.
What do you think is the difference between reading the poems by yourself and listening to them?
I think being the difference between reading the poems by ourselves and attending an event like this, the main difference is we got to know the point better in a sense, and also the stories behind the poems, so we can find a closer connection to the poems and the poets even themselves. They talk about the stories behind the poem and why they write those, what they really want to show the readers through writing those poems. And you may find something, I may find something similar to their stories, and I will feel a closer connection to them. While reading poems by myself, it's more like imagining uh, the image in my head, and that's it. And yeah, attending this kind of event, you feel like much closer to the poems, uh, comparing to like listening to like reading to them by yourself.
What do you think about the event?
I think the whole event was very lovely, especially I didn't expect Georgia Tech has this kind of event. I would say I was I didn't know like an engineering school. I also have this kind of literature or poetry kind of events. And I also saw a lot of local people came to the event, and a lot of them like has attended the event for several times. And I think it's a very good event. Like also connects the local people to the students here, and it's kind of a different side of culture of Georgia Tech that I didn't know about, and I like it.